Denny Blanco, good morning, my guy. How you doing this morning?
Better than last night. Feeling under the weather. You laughing at me, son of a bitch. Thank you again for those tuning in and listening and watching It's in the Game podcast. It's Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. Before I pass it off to Randy, please, as a heads up, we are building this particular platform slowly but surely, and we appreciate everyone that shares the videos, that watches the videos, etc. Randy J. Cruz does a lot for the show, and I want to make sure you know that. Please turn on your notifications. Right now, it's a situation when YouTube turn on notifications for the show, because we do other things besides this show. And we have other responsibilities that those responsibilities may take precedence over this. So I know you're looking for consistency. I want consistency. Yep. I know you're looking for consistency, and once or twice a week you'll see us. It's just a matter of when, right? You're like, it's Tuesdays, it's Fridays, it's Thursday. I know consistency would help. However, we're not there yet to where we are getting paid to do this, and those other responsibilities are gone, like work and so forth. So please, I'll land the plane. Turn on your post notifications so you know where we are. Thank you so much.
On that note, really appreciate you saying that. It's just a lot going on. And I know being consistent is number one in our rule book for everybody to just know and chime in when to know when we go live, whether it's baseball, football, basketball. We're trying to cover everything all at one time. You have a life, I have a life, but until the time comes where we're getting, financial dollars coming in and we're stable, then we could be more consistent. But we're trying to do this at least once or twice a week, whether in the morning, afternoon, or at night. NBA starts this weekend coming up, so we're more than likely going to be doing some more NBA related shows. We got college basketball coming down the pipeline, so it's a lot going on with the podcast, which you can find on youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. If you're watching this now, Friday, October 18th, we are live on YouTube and on Twitter. So any questions, comments, anything you want to put out there, let us know in the chat. Me and Dennis will read it out to you. So I want to take this next maybe 30, 40 minutes to talk about the NBA. We're going to start with the Western Conference. Got a little Western Conference preview going on. We'll probably do the East sometime during the weekend, if not Monday. We also have the Liberty looking to close out the finals tonight against Minnesota. A friend of mine told me that if they were to close out, the parade might be Monday, latest Tuesday. So my schedule is like, do I do the show Monday? But if there's a parade, I'd rather go to parade. So it's like, let us see what happens. Hopefully they do close out tonight. But I want to start off with this because it seemed like a recurring theme. And it's like we want everybody healthy in the NBA. You pick on Zion a lot. He's healthy right now going into the start of the season, but got word yesterday that Kawhi Leonard is going to be out indefinitely. How long is indefinitely? We don't know, but he ain't going to be there opening night in maybe the first month or so. The Clippers are playing in a brand new stadium, the Intuit Dome. So it's just very unfortunate that a guy like him, a superstar like him, a Hall of Famer like him, and a top 75 player, it just constantly hurt and can't get right for whatever reason. But this does shape up the Clippers and what they do going forward, and not so much the balance of power in the West, because I didn't have the Clippers winning a championship or going to the conference finals or whatever. But it's a very stacked and loaded Western Conference. Again, if you're watching live on YouTube and Twitter, anything you want to talk about the West, hit us up. Any predictions, let us know. But Denny Blanco, Kawhi, out indefinitely. Again, what's your take on that? And Clippers start opening night with James Harden and company.
I don't even know where to begin. Okay, let me start first. Let me start for Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer invested in two stocks that were already injured. He invested in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and they were both had injuries coming into LA. So they weren't a strong stock. Obviously, Paul George had a good couple of years, after the injuries, but he still was injured. And then you had Kawhi. So if I'm Steve Ballmer, and I'm trying to sell an arena, you probably want to sell the arena on those names. But you lose Paul George. And it's not like folks are like, oh, you should have kept Paul and let Kawhi go. No, Paul George ran out of there. And then you still have, obviously, Kawhi left. And then Kawhi signs a $150 million contract. Before this, he signs a $150 million contract. And then, I don't know if it's before or after he leaves the USA team, because he was supposed to play for the USA team.
Yeah, which we were both like, why would they pick Kawhi? Because he may not even play. Him and Embiid, we were questioning because of the health.
Pick him. Why was he there? Why did he take the flight? Why did he go to the airport? Forget everything. Why was he there? That's the question I had. Okay, then now that I'm looking at him past Steve Ballmer as the owner, let me look at him as Kawhi Leonard. Folks talking about, I think he should retire. I don't think he should retire. If you were getting paid $150 million to sit on a bench, Randy, would you retire?
No. Nah.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's In the Game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and share, and hit the notification button too as well. Guys, if I'm getting paid $150 million to sit on the bench, I'm not retiring. What are you talking about? Huh? No, Kawhi's not retiring. Kawhi's going to keep collecting that check, just like Zion collects the check. Zion came back, obviously. Just like Ant Davis collects the checks. Now, shout out to Ant Davis. Y'all, some of these folks in the NBA complaining about Ant Davis and how he's the ambulance. I've even called Zion an ambulance.
Yes, you have.
But the difference between those two and Kawhi, at least Kawhi got you a chip.
You got a few chips.
Correct. He got a few chips. Forget, I don't even count the San Antonio Jones with the Hall of Famers.
Why not?
With the Hall of Famers, right? Even though Kawhi was the one that was guarding LeBron that whole time. Even Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? If they don't have no Kawhi, chances are they don't win those chips.
Yeah.
Right? Wins those chips. Then he goes to Toronto.
That was,
Okay? That's the difference between AD, Zion, and even Embiid.
I mean, AD got a chip too. I mean, I know it's the bubble, but he got a chip.
They even better. Thank you. Even AD got a chip in the bubble with all the injuries that he got a chip. So I'm confused why we're even putting Kawhi in these same conversations. Kawhi will continue to go down as one. He'll be thrown in the Brandon Roys, the Grant Hills, these folks that are Embiid too, because I don't see Embiid playing more than 3 years.
How the injuries come into a factor, and then if you were not injured, your career would have been
asterisk.
Like Grant Hill, T-Mac,
Hall of
Weber,
Fame, like
D Rose.
I think T-Mac's in the Hall of Fame. T-Mac's in the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. So I mean, I'm talking about guys that are literally have Hall of Fame resumes.
Yeah,
and then they, for some, for injuries, they don't finish. So it's, guys, it's going to be interesting when you talk about the West. Okay.
Matter of fact, did you see Perkins talk about he thinks he should that Kawhi should retire?
That's why I'm talking to Kendrick, big man KP Kendrick Perkins. No, why no? You got your man Joel Embiid talking about, we're gonna do before you play that. We're gonna do I'm not playing back-to-backs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Hold on. We get it.
But when you think about his history and you think about now and everything that Legs just alluded to, 6 months and still problems with his knee, right? And every single season it's a problem when it comes down to Kawhi Leonard health. He needs to sit down at the round table, not only with the Clippers organization, but his family as well. I really think Kawhi Leonard should consider retiring. And I'm a huge fan of Kawhi Leonard, but we done seen and witnessed so many guys go through these problems.
Let's go back to the games. So since being a Clipper,
He's talking about stealing money.
No, so he missed 15 games, 28, 84, 34, 18. And then I think just for me, just the fact that he I haven't seen him play a playoff game in a minute. And it's like damn, like
I don't know. Again, injuries are injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Brandon Roy's knee, whether it's Grant Hill's ankle. They said Jason Kidd wasn't going to be okay after his knee surgery. He was fine and won a chip with Dallas. They said Lonzo Ball wasn't going to be okay. They damn near created cartilage for Lonzo Ball's knee, for what I read. So these injuries are all different. Everybody's body's different, responds differently.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't really assume what it is. You got Ben Simmons with a back issue.
Yeah.
That's been like 3 years going. I can't call it. I ain't a doc. I just know as I'm looking at the West, there's only 3 teams that are going to be bad.
Let me guess. Three teams that's going to be bad. Utah?
1.
When you say bad, mean like terrible,
horrific. They will not have a winning record. They will not.
So you're saying below 500?
Below 500.
Western Portland?
No, I'm going to say 2 because
Portland.
I'm going to say 2. Yeah, Portland and Jazz. I was going to say the Clippers, but I forgot James Harden's there.
Yeah.
So James will give him some wins. James will get him some wins. Now again, this is not Houston Harden. This is not Houston James Harden. So I didn't. If it's Houston James Harden, different conversation. But it's not Houston James Harden. Also, we're live. I just want to let you guys know we're live. So if me or Randy happen to dip out, don't worry. We'll hold it down until the other guy gets back, and we'll go from there. So don't be alarmed if Randy goes like this, or if I go like this,
or if our fucking Wi-Fi goes crazy. Don't worry, we got you. We got you because that has happened before. So we're used to a Wi-Fi bugging out. Then one of us got to keep talking for 5 minutes and acting like what's going on and by myself. And
it's practice. But
did you know this? Because I once the Kawhi news went out, and I pull up the actual trade, that I make sure I heard this correct and I seen it correct. But what I've been seeing is, again, we're live and everybody wants to call me.
It's all right. It's all right. What you see?
The fact that hold up.
Take your time. Take your time. This is live. It's in the Game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. Subscribe. And also notifications. Go ahead.
That's right. YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Again, you're watching live on YouTube and Twitter. You see the squirrel on the bottom. Real quick, follow us on Twitter. Randy J. Cruz, Sir Denny Blanco. Again, you're watching live. Hit us up with any questions, comments, any predictions. If not, we're going to keep on talking for the whole time. Did you know that going back to the Paul George OKC trade with the Clippers, the one that sent him to the Clippers and Shai Gilgeous to OKC?
Okay.
Did you know that in the parameters that there's a pick swap for 2025? So that means this is how key the Kawhi trade, the Kawhi injury is. If the Clippers do not make the playoffs this year, the pick that they sent to OKC in the pick swap becomes a lottery pick for the Thunder. So that means that the Thunder could have a 62-win season and still pick somewhere in the lottery God forbid they get the first overall pick and could pick a Cooper Flag on
Lottery means just 1 to 30, the first round.
No, lottery is 1 through 14 with the
top
the
4,
lottery,
top 15, top 15.
Top 15 pick. And they're already getting better. They have a whole shitload of picks that now to get to ramp up their roster. Hey, I got a lottery pick for you guys. Can I get this veteran or this top flight player come on to what I already have? So I think that's because it's a 2025 pick swap. So the Clippers need to make the playoffs so that the Thunder don't get that lottery pick.
Salute to Sam.
That's what
Presti.
I've been seeing the last day and a half. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm pretty sure someone put out there, if the Clippers don't make the playoffs, the Thunder gets that pick and it becomes a lottery protected pick. And the Thunder are going to be very good for the next foreseeable future. So it's not like they need it, but they can use that to get someone of high caliber to go along with Chet, to go along with Shai Gilgeous. And they just added Caruso and they added Hartenstein. And Hartenstein going to be out for a little bit. But that's the key component. And if you don't know the full parameters of that trade, this is why I have it here, because I want to make sure you recall, be like, this is what the Paul George trade and Shai Gilgeous was a few years ago.
They was asking what, all for Paul George.
There was Shai Gilgeous, Gallo, a 2021 pick, which became Trey Mann, Jalen Williams, the 2022 pick, so that's who they have now in OKC. 2023 first round swap with the Clippers not conveyed. 2024 unprotected first rounder. Miami 2025 first rounder for 1 through 14, and there you go, the right to 2025 first round swap with the Clippers. That the 2026 Clippers unprotected first rounder. So that was all for Paul George a few years ago.
Salute Samuel Presti, the general manager.
And look, Clem said you're correct. So that the Clippers need to make the playoffs. And if they don't, that pick is now a lottery pick for the OKC Thunder, who are planning to win 60 games this year, 55 plus.
Executive Vice President, General Manager, held the position. He's held the position of OKC's General Manager Executive since 2007. You know, it's interesting. You know, when you got a guy that keeps doing what he's doing, who's been heavily credited for drafting Tony Parker? Sam Presti.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, he came to OKC, and then you got SGA there. You got who else? You got you had Serge
Jalen Williams,
Russell Westbrook, James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's Clem, please. If OKC gets Cooper.
Bro, could you imagine Cooper Flag, or even we spoke about it earlier, Ace Bailey with the Shai Gilgeous and the Chet Holmgrens and those.
I want to see that lineup. I want to see Chet Holmgren, Cooper Flag at the 4. Come on.
You want chaos.
Nick, I'm an agent of chaos. You know this when it comes to basketball. I love everything that's happening, but let me just take a minute to.
Matter of fact, here you go. I got it. This is Kevin O'Connor. This is probably where I saw it from. So the West, he's put the Western Conference is so stacked. There's a strong chance the Clippers might miss the play-in, which would give the Thunder a lottery pick, which means the Thunder could end up with Cooper Flag. Just saying.
Let me look at these. Let me look at their roster. I just want to, because I'm about to say something very crazy, even though my brain's like, nah, don't say that. Don't say that. My brain is just like, yo, is James Harden enough for this team to make the playoffs in the West?
Bro,
Bamba,
and this is why I've been doing the preview. As of right now, I don't know if the Clippers have enough to be in the play-in, because again, we'll get there. But if you're asking me off the top of my head, so so we're doing what, 10 teams, right? That's what it pretty much is. You got the Thunder. No. If I'm going top of my head, Thunder, Denver, Dallas, Sacramento as 4, Phoenix 5.
No. No.
Who you saying no to?
I'm saying I'm 80% sure the Clippers is not gonna make it.
I'm telling you the teams that are above them. That's how before we even
yeah. If you want to, you want to book those teams that are the play, like what, the top 9?
It's 10. So we're saying 10 teams above the.
All right, look, Lakers. You said Lakers, Suns, Kings,
yeah. Mavericks,
Mavs,
Thunder,
Denver,
Minnesota.
How
many is that so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the West, we're missing some. It could be Houston. Mess around. Could be Houston. Mess around.
Golden State.
Could be Memphis. Mess around. Mess
Memphis,
around. Could be Golden State. Mess
Mm-hmm.
around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And with
all those teams are better than the Clippers right now.
Right now, I can see all those 10 we mentioned. I mean, listen, bro. Listen. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned it.
I was San Antonio.
I was just gonna say San Antonio. Chris Paul's there.
I didn't even say New Orleans.
New Orleans Pelicans. That's 12.
Come on, bro.
Nah, Clippers for playing. But bro, why would you even do that? Like, well, but now the pressure is on them now. Yo, I gotta get to the play-in. So
who?
The Clippers have the Clippers have the pressure to make the play-in, so their pick doesn't go to OKC and be a lottery pick. So now it's like they can't just tank.
No. Okay. Let me rephrase. Let me give you the energy that I was trying to relay to you that you didn't pick up. James Harden is not thinking about that. Harden, the players aren't thinking about that. The players are thinking about their season.
Yeah.
They're thinking about the schedule. They're thinking about which strip clubs they're going to go to during their breaks. They're thinking about where's the nearest Shake Shack, where the nearest Five Guys is during their practices. That's what they're thinking about. They're not thinking about trying to make the play-in game so the team doesn't lose out on their draft pick. Hell no. And I'm looking.
You don't think so? Wait. You don't think so? You don't think like how the Mavericks with Mark Cuban and there was like at the end of the season, they didn't win a couple games, or they sat out Luka in order to keep something from the Knicks getting the top 10 pick. Remember,
it's easier to lose than to force a team to win.
Then go out there and lose, go out there and tank, and then have OKC get possibly a top 5 number 1 draft pick, and then they're gonna be set for the.
God bless. But again, that's the trade issue. You did the trade. You wanted Paul George. Excuse me. You wanted. This is. Shout out to Sam Presti. This is my deal. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. Okay, give us all that. Okay. Now you look at the Clippers. Okay. I don't even know their starting 5. I'm just gonna say a couple of the players on their Bamba, Batum, Chris Dunn, who hasn't seen the start. James Harden, Bones is still over there. God bless. Hopefully, he gets more minutes. Derek Jones. Obviously, Kawhi's gonna be out for forever. Terrence Mann, Kevin Porter Jr. He came back, obviously. PJ Tucker, who doesn't even want to be there. Norman Powell and Zubac. And Kawhi's getting paid $49 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
To stay the hell up, $49 million. I mean, he's not staying home. Obviously, he's injured. But the concept is still the concept. I would be shocked if the Clippers made the playoffs.
So this might be a little too small on the screen, but
I'll read it out. Talk to me.
This is pretty much all the draft picks OKC has from 2025 through
to the future,
2031.
Okay.
So if you want to just do a count, could my math be suspect? This is like 1, 2, 3. Look, first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 first round picks. Second round 6, 7. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's
7,
crazy.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hold up. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. They have 33 draft picks from 2025 to 2031.
You know what's interesting too? Correct me if I'm wrong. SGA was drafted by OKC, right? Or was he traded?
No, the Clippers.
It was the Clippers. It was a trade. That's right. It was a
That,
trade.
that was a trade for the Paul George.
He played. SGA played for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for the Clippers. I'm trying to think how many people actually came through the draft. Obviously, Chet Holmgren. I think Dort was a trade. Yeah. So most of his team has either been traded up. Williams was a draft pick, right? So most of the team has been trades and draft picks from other teams.
Yeah, he played 1 year with the Clippers. He was a starter, average 11, 3 and 3. And then you fast forward 5 years later, averaging 30, 6 and 6 and 2 steals.
Dogs. He can't shoot threes yet, but he doesn't have to. He can't shoot threes yet, but he doesn't have to.
Also seeing that when you go on these sites, the over under for OKC wins is 57.5. So they won 55, 54 last year in that range, and looking like to be 58.
Top four team in the West.
If you ask me, they could be in the NBA Finals. I think Minnesota could be in the finals. I'm not. Denver's going to be in that mix. They just didn't improve, like to add. They kept the same roster. They kept Murray to the contract.
Still got MVP.
Joker. Yeah. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. You lose KCP to Orlando. Even Denver's 50.5 wins. So 51 wins looking like for Denver. Off top of your head right now, how many teams in the West do you see winning 60 games? Does anybody do it? Is it OKC? Is it Minnesota? Or no team gets 60 dubs this year?
I think either 60. I think
60.
I think OKC has a good chance of hitting 60. They don't play games when it comes to when they come to the regular season. Clearly,
yeah.
Don't be surprised at Dallas. You guys Dallas told me. Don't be surprised at Dallas. You guys told me Clay was done, and I kept telling y'all, I said, "Yo, it's preseason. He's not playing with Kyrie or Luka. Give it time, please, Jesus. Give it time. Open shots are open shots." And you get more open shots with Luka and Kyrie than without. Guaranteed.
And from what we understand, Clay's starting, right? I know they added Grimes to the roster.
I don't know, and they have Grimes. Dogs. It's a good mix of young and old. That's why I like Houston too. The Houston Rockets look sexy, baby. They got young legs. Then you got the mixture of Brooks and your man, the point guard from Toronto. Help me out, Randy.
Van Fleet.
And my man Sengun. Ooh, Sengun.
They got Jalen Green. They got Whitmore.
That team is going to be coached to play defense, not to be pussies. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait for the West side, for the West Coast to start because. And then what I also heard too.
Hold up, before you get there, Rockets. They got Reed Shepard, Jalen Green, Sengun, Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, Cam Whitmore, Van Fleet, Amen Thompson. Okay, Jabari Smith Jr., Aaron Hall. Okay, and plus they got Udoka coaching, so they were pretty good late in the season last year, if I'm not mistaken, but. That's going to be a team that if you tell me, hey, can this team be a play-in team? I think the Rockets could be a play-in team.
Yeah, 100%. This is strictly because of the strictly because of youth. And hey, man, sabotage Clem. I don't know, Playboy. I don't know. It takes a contract is given. Yeah, a contract is given, and a person has to sign it now. Okay, now. Steve Ballmer is the guy.
Yeah.
He was trying to he built an arena in Inglewood. How is he going to sell that? How is he going to sell a new arena without Paul George and Kawhi?
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Looks cute.
It's like it's all right. It's all right. It's not. It's not Staples. It's not. It's not the Alamo Dome.
It's all right. You know,
Right.
it's phenomenal.
Nah,
It's
they got the big TV thing
It's
around. It's
phenomenal.
like
It's only
crazy.
I expect nothing but the best from Steve Ballmer, right? He has the
He could have
change.
went to the Lakers if you remember.
Oh, you know who's on the Lakers
Kawhi.
that time? You know who's on the Lakers?
LeBron. LeBron.
He ain't like Clem. He's not gonna
I mean,
play
at
with
that
LeBron.
time, I don't think they really cared because they were trying to get DeRozan. If I'm not mistaken, LA was trying to get the DeRozans and Kawhi, even Paul George. They try to get so.
They said nah. Kawhi said nah. I'm good. I want to go home because I'm from LA. I mean, I'm from California. I want to go home, but I'm not going to the Lakers.
But I tell you one thing. If what really, again, you go back in hindsight, what really kind of jammed them up was them losing that 3-1 lead in the bubble to Denver in the conference semis. That was the team they were both healthy, PG and Kawhi. They lose to Denver down up 3-1.
Healthy-ish.
They could have went to the conference finals against the Lakers, and we'll see what happens. They also got to the conference finals the year after, but they lost to Phoenix Suns. That there was no Kawhi. But if you had Kawhi in the mix, you might have beaten the Phoenix Suns. We don't know, but that's the closest they've been in that Kawhi Paul George era. Semis, you got a conference finals appearance, no NBA finals appearance for the Clippers. With that tandem, and now Paul George is going to Philly and Kawhi's out for a little bit. I want to stay in the California mix real quick. Western Conference. DeMar DeRozan going to Sacramento. I know I mentioned Sacramento is going to be in the mix for a playoff spot playing. I think they'll be a lot better with Sabonis, with De'Aaron Fox. Put the age to the side. I think that's like the right kind of fit kind of player for both Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. I know that they were in conversations of trying to get Zach LaVine to Sacramento, but that's a team. Yeah.
Last time DeMar DeRozan played with a big. Did he play? Obviously, Gasol played with Kawhi when he was there. Was Gasol there when?
Gasol.
Tomato.
I don't know who Gasol is.
You know who Gasol is.
I know Gasol.
Gasol. Did he play? Did DeMar? I think this might be the best big DeMar's played with. Because he went to San Antonio, didn't play with a big.
DeMar was with Toronto, San Antonio, Chicago. So he had Big Vooch.
He had Big Vooch, but with Vooch, man, listen.
I know.
I don't know what happened.
I mean, hey, Lonzo's back. I know we'll get to the East the next few days, but seeing Lonzo back was pretty good to see him.
Hey, Lonzo back in Chicago. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They have obviously with Kobe White there, and then a pass first point guard like Giddey.
Yeah,
these guys' numbers are going to definitely go up. No matter how much. That's the question.
There you go, Denny. Take it. Speaking of Zach LaVine, where do you see Zach LaVine? Because he ain't staying in Chicago. I know that.
He's not?
Nah, but why? Why?
People are asking, why are you staying in Chicago? And I'm asking, who's been begging for him? And
the Lakers.
Who's made an offer? Oh, this is what they say? Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, would you rather have Zach LaVine or would you rather have a Connect right now? Let me tell you, Dalton Connect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's him. He's him. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get LaVine off of injury, go ahead, LA. I double dare you. I don't see an advantage. And we're talking about also, we haven't even seen what he looks like. We saw a flash the other night. Let's get a season under him to see what he looks like after the injury. What was it? His knees? What was it? His legs? He's been out for 2 years too as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. I think the next question is, Lakers or Kings, but if Sacramento already got DeRozan, I don't see them getting Zach LaVine. So Zach LaVine is going to be the kind of guy that a Lakers could use. I'm trying to think of like a contender, whether it's East or West, that can use.
What are they going to give up?
Zach.
You said Lakers, Kings, and then again they have to give up something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about if Zach LaVine is 1,000% healthy, right? Would you think about Hachimura? Would you rather have Hachimura or Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine.
Okay, so now you might take that's a starting point. Hachi and maybe something else might get the deal done. Maybe.
And Chicago's going to have to want Hachi, right? So,
of course,
yeah.
it just
Chicago's going to have to want Hachi, but yeah, for me, if I'm Chicago, give me Hachi, give me Dalton.
I see now you're doing too much.
You think that was too much? Did you see what they did for Paul George?
Oh, but yeah, that was crazy, bro. Paul George deal, Rudy Gobert deal.
You see what they did with Rudy? You think that's too much?
We just saw Towns for Randall and Dante. Like it could get done for 2 people, like 3 people, and maybe a draft compensation, maybe. But who else? I'm trying to think who else contender wise could use a Zach LaVine, bro.
And you think he's not staying in the East? You think nobody? Right. Miami could always use another wing.
Miami.
He could always use another wing. He can go to Atlanta. Atlanta could use a wing. Add him with Bogey.
Speaking of Atlanta, this is what we do. We go all over the place. West. The Pelicans, DeJounte Murray is now there, along with the Ingrams and the Zions, CJ McCollum.
They could use LaVine. They could absolutely use LaVine for sure.
No, I'm talking about that's like that's a nice playoff. Trey Jones, like they got some talent on that Pelicans roster. They made the playoffs last year. Now you add DeJounte Murray. It just felt like the Murray and Trey Young experiment wasn't on San Antonio with Wemby. Like,
no, Zach LaVine is not a Popovich player.
No. Oh yeah.
Stop acting like you don't know who Popovich is.
No, I'm trying to think who was there. Oh, who was the guys they have in San Antonio, bro? The shooters.
I'll pull them up right now.
Was it Johnson?
Let me tell you, like dogs. Murray was
Vassell. They got Devin Vassell. They got the kid Johnson.
Right
Chris Paul, Wemby.
Chris Paul, yeah. Harrison Barnes.
No, come on, San Antonio.
Harrison Barnes, Zach Collins, Malachi Flynn.
Warriors. How about Warriors for Zach LaVine? You can upgrade from Andrew Wiggins. There's no Klay Thompson there. You got Curry.
Listen. The Golden State Warriors said no.
Nah, Clem, they're not doing that. They're saying Austin Reeves. They're going to keep Austin Reeves.
Well, Dalton's better than Austin Reeves right now, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there.
So Hachi and Austin Reeves right now today for Zach LaVine. You want to do it?
I want Dalton from Chicago. But you mentioned
don't call me back.
She said,
don't call me back.
Yeah, we're gonna hang up on you. We're gonna hang up on you.
Hang up on you, fam.
Yeah, we're gonna hang up on you. You just mentioned Golden State.
Yes.
Golden State had a chance to get Lauri Marketing and didn't include a guard. And you expect them to get Zach LaVine?
That's the guard you told me that they love. We had Cassidy on that. They loved. What's his name?
Brzezinski. I forget. I can look it up.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I can look it up. But Lauri Marketing at the 5. Draymond Green at the 4. You cook it with fish grease. Right.
Well, Lauri's not a 5, so
it's not about what he's gonna be, what he is. It's about what he's gonna be when he gets to Golden State.
Let me see the Warriors roster.
Is what Steve Kerr's gonna put him at. Put him at the 5. Stretch the 5. Then you got Draymond at the 4.
Huh? Here is the Warriors roster for you.
Because Draymond's not a 5. It's quiet as kept. Draymond's not a 5. He's a 4-3.
You got Curry, Buddy Hield, Kuminga, Kyle Anderson, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, Pazinski.
Pazinski. Yep, that's who they want to give
Moses
up.
Moody, Kevon Looney,
And only God knows what's going on with Andrew Wiggins. Only God knows. He's not injured.
No, I think he has family stuff going on. So
that's why I said only God knows what's going on with Andrew Wiggins. Because if Andrew Wiggins was 100% mentally,
and that's why I'm saying maybe if you were to get into Zach LaVine conversations, Zach LaVine is an upgrade offensively than Wiggins, but not defensively.
Defensively, and that's what they need. They need to hide Steph, and in order for you to hide Steph, you need great wing defenders.
Yeah,
to hide Steph. Now LaVine will give.
But then my thing is, who's giving you the points besides Steph like that on a any given night? It's going to be Buddy Hield.
Hield and Kuminga. They see that Kuminga at center. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hield and Kuminga will offset what Wiggins will give you or what Clay will give you, right? Steph. I imagine they expect Steph and Brandon to fill the void as well as Moses Moody. He's going to get more. He's definitely going to get more playing time. So where it's going to be more young boys. But their defense better be up to par. I'll tell you that much because Draymond's not going to have it. Draymond's known to punch people out. It's quiet as kept. He's known to punch people out. It's quiet as kept.
What else? What else we got here? We're going all over the place. Western Conference. Are the Phoenix Suns? I don't want to use a word like that, but are the Phoenix Suns like a sleeper that nobody's talking about? Like, not saying they really added people. Like, oh, they stop sleeping on them. But like, you're getting it. As far as I know, healthy Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal. I know last year was kind of up and down with the roster. Beal was out of the rotation with the injury, but now I know we have the Denvers and Minnesotas and Dallas of the world, OKC of the world, but could the Phoenix Suns be that team? Now they got Budenholzer coaching, so that makes a difference too. Can they be could they be a team that, hey, don't forget about us? We have Booker, we got Beal, we got Durant, we're all healthy. So when it comes to shove, you might see us in the conference finals. You might dare see us in the NBA finals. Talk to me, Phoenix Suns.
The Phoenix Suns will have to hope two things. Well, the Phoenix Suns have to look at it this way. I got to look and see who their point guard is. Because they have the ability to score, but do they have the ability to actually defend? I don't know. And then I'm looking at if Devin Booker comes back.
They got Tyus Jones. That's the point guard.
He's solid. He is very solid, and I'm happy for him because he's definitely been bounced around. So now he's a starting point guard there, and he averages, I think, 6 assists a game. So that is good. But in my head, I was just like, what if USA Devin Booker played on Phoenix? What if Devin Booker was the starting point guard and was like, I'm just going to play defense, pass the ball, rebound, and score when needed? What if? But that's not going to happen. So you have your Grayson Allen, you have your Bradley Beals. Obviously,
well, look at it. You got KD, Booker, Ryan Dunn,
Tyus Jones, Frank Kaminsky. Yeah.
Bobo, Grayson Allen,
Lee, Monte Morris, Nurkic,
Plumlee.
Yeah. They need
Damian Lee.
Yeah, they need. Well, so wait, am I going crazy? Ryan Dunn. Wait.
Yeah, from Virginia.
So the only two point guards they have on the roster is Jones. Oh, Monte from Denver.
Monte Morris.
From Monte. Yeah. And Monte's
and
not a
Gillespie. Colin Gillespie.
But these aren't pass first point guards who I am ecstatic about. And that's the problem.
I mean,
Because,
Tyus Jones. What is
he'll
Tyus
give
Jones?
you 6. He'll give you 6 assists. He'll give you 6 assists.
Yeah, 7-4.
Yeah, he'll give you.
No, I'm sorry.
He's solid. He's
No,
solid.
last year was 12-7 with Washington.
Yeah. And that's in Washington. So you put Tyus Jones with KD, Beal, and Booker. Yeah, I see them making the playoffs, but other than that, nothing.
I think that's a team that has to start off like out the gate hot. Like it can't be like 1-3, 2-4, 2 and. It's like if they start off with the 4-1s, 5-2s, everybody healthy. Like then it's like, because the West is going to be stacked, from what I see, because it could be at least 5 teams that could be in the NBA Finals to represent the West. Phoenix is one of them. You know, I'm a big KD guy, big Booker guy, and I felt like seeing them get like a very low seed last year, a lot going on, and they get bumped out, swept by Minnesota. I think that still has to, be playing the back of their minds. Like, no, we can't go out like that. We got Hall of Famers here. You getting swept first round. I know Minnesota's good, but to get swept, no, we can't have that. So I think Phoenix is gonna be in that mix. What else we got going on? We said the road. Minnesota's the win betting is 51.5. So they're saying Minnesota's gonna get 52 wins, even though they had like 54 last year. So even with Randall and Dante, they might get 2 or 3 less wins. And then nothing much. I know we spoke about Minnesota before with Randall and Dante. I think is a nice fit for them, and a better fit with the Ant-Man and Gobert was not a log jam at the big spot with Towns and Gobert was. You got Naz Reid off the bench, which is going to be a stud this year. So I like Randall and Dante where they at in Minnesota. I mean, we do get the return of John Morant in Memphis, and your boy Zach Edey I saw him play the preseason. He looked like,
how you like them hook shots, baby?
It's like
how you like them hook shots, baby? Yo, you guys, it's in the game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Denny Blanco. You guys told me Zach Edey was a bust. You guys told me this is a guards league. Zach Edey won't be doing nothing. Imagine Steve Adams with offensive moves. Steven Adams with offensive moves. Okay. So what are you going to do with that pick and roll with Edey and John Morant? Or Bane? The bane of my existence and Bane and Edey. What are you going to do with that pick and roll? You also get to move Jaren Jackson to the 4.
Yeah.
He's no longer a 5. Thank you, Jesus. No longer a 5. Now he's a 4. It's going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting to see how they start because does Ja have something to prove? I think so.
I don't think it's proving. Hey, chill. Okay, Zach, hold on, go back. Chill, Zach. Got him. Oh, excuse me. Oh, chill,
Kessler. Baby. Yeah.
Chill, Kessler.
Yeah. Kessler's 7 foot too. Okay, so it goes to show you the size, the aggression. Yeah, the size, the aggression, and he has some hook shots. That
means what is it? Ja, Zach, Jaren Jackson, Bane. Who am I missing from Memphis? They still got Marcus Smart there.
I'll pull up there. Yeah, Marcus Smart gonna be out for a little bit.
He's hurt too.
Depends on what you define hurt. These guys say they're hurt, but Devontae Adams is hurt.
Oh yeah, my man healed up with the Karate Kid shit real quick.
Come on, it was the all these players got the tank in the room.
I'm hurt. I get my man was on the red eye to New York to A-Rod's crib.
I heard you. You get healed faster if you take a plane.
Of course.
To a new team.
We're gonna get to this when we talk about the East, but do you
Butler
feel
trade?
Butler? Nah, I don't think so.
Nah, Butler's too much of their heartbeat for him to get
Yeah.
traded, unfortunately. Well, we'll see. I've seen some crazier
Nah.
things happen.
They'll rather trade maybe Hero and some other people to build up that. But to trade Jimmy, I mean, hey, listen, I seen D Wade go from Miami to Chicago, so I'm not saying it won't happen.
Yeah, Memphis, they got
got?
Armando Baku from North Carolina. I'm sorry saying his name wrong. Desmond Bain, of course, Zach Edey, Jaren Jackson Jr. Shout out to Yuki Kawamura, 5'8", 159, played on the Japan team. Hopefully he makes the Memphis squad. Y'all told me you need to be tall to make the NBA. He's 5'8". Go figure. Luke Kennard, obviously John Morant.
Luke Kennard.
John Morant's not 6'3". Stop it. Scottie Pippen Jr., Marcus Smart.
Mm-hmm.
They have some players on their team, so we're going to see what happens. They should make the playoffs too as well. 100%.
So are they a playoff or they a play-in?
No, playoff.
You mean they'll get a top 6 spot solid, no play-in for Memphis?
No, not at all. They're going to be good.
So your playoff teams that are like we got our top 6 are going to be Minnesota, Dallas, OKC, Denver, Memphis. That's 5.
You can put the Lakers up there.
And the Lakers.
That I know for sure will make the playoffs. Everybody else,
Hold up, let me write that down real quick.
Look, see, he's gonna write it down. So you
Minnesota, Denver, OKC, Dallas, Memphis, and the LA Lakers. So you're saying no Sacramento top 6, no Phoenix top 6. No Houston top 6, no Warriors top 6.
No.
So your 4 play-ins are who?
The 4 that you just mentioned.
So that's what, Phoenix. You saying Golden State,
Houston probably,
Rockets,
or Sacramento.
And
the ones that I just the teams that I just picked, the first 4 or 5, those teams are loaded. They're not teams that are. I expect to lose more than 45 games. I expect them to win more than 45 games. 50 games, easy.
Is the Chris Paul to San Antonio move kind of going below the radar than what people should be talking about? Because I know CP's getting older. I'm just saying, but that's the kind of point guard you need for Wemby. I know he'll get one younger with time goes on, but you still have some talent in San Antonio. Obviously, Greg Pop is still there. But can this move put San Antonio in the conversation for at least a play-in situation?
It's going to be tough in the West.
Because we've seen Chris Paul take a weird OKC team
to the playoffs. No, I'm not even doubting.
A 5 seed.
Yeah, I'm not even doubting he'll take him to the playoffs. I was going to say, it's going to be tough. I don't doubt he's going to take him to the playoffs. Wemby's going to average 6 more points. So whatever Wemby's averaging now, he's going to average 6 more points, maybe 7, because of Chris Paul specifically.
And Chris Paul might fuck around and average like 10 assists. You don't think
he should lead the league in assists.
Okay,
between him and Luka.
And Trae Young always gets below the radar because he's a shooter and offensive guy. But I think he had like 11 assists last year, bro.
No, he does average a high number of assists. He does. So yeah.
So we don't have San Antonio in no playoff, no playing game this year.
Not yet. We don't even know who their rotation is. But we're talking about playoffs. We don't even know what their rotation is. We got no rotation.
Man. I think if you don't have them, I might fuck around and take San Antonio and at least a play-in. They could be the 10th seed. That's still playing.
That's true.
I'm giving CP3 benefit of the doubt if healthy. because once you start going out with like, oh my pinky fucked up, then it's like we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. I want to see
Pinky.
if you added CP, you got Harrison Barnes, 2 veterans along with Wemby, but you got Vassell, Johnson, I think, and who's the guy with the colorful hair? I forgot his name. Oh my god.
You're talking about on the Spurs?
Yeah, last name with the letter S.
I'll tell you right now, I'm drawing a blank too as well. Hold on.
He played the point guard for San Antonio.
I don't even know why he did that bullshit. That was the worst. Nah, it didn't make sense. Hold on. Why did I asked for the San Antonio roster, not the Lakers one? Yeah, the him going to point guard. I was like, oh, here he goes.
Sohan.
So
Jeremy Sohan, Keldon Johnson. That's
Jeremy Sohan. Yeah. 6'8" point guard. No, he's not. He's a 6'8" forward. Made him run the one.
He was the point forward. Yeah, this San Antonio roster. Listen, man. I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, we got some work to do. So, hey, 10th seed. You never know. But I like. Before we wrap up in a bit, I like the Rockets being in there. I'm very high on Sacramento with the DeRozan acquisition. The Lakers are I want to say a little tricky because they didn't add nobody from like a trade or free agency. You still got LeBron, AD, A. Reeves, Hachimura, D'Lo. But they had Redick as the coach.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what a coach does for your team.
What's the overall? LA right now is number 10 in odds of winning the championship at plus 3,000. So that means out of all 30 teams, Lakers might have the 10th best record. Are you excited? Are you excited for JJ? Like, what do you expect JJ? What are you expecting from JJ?
I'm excited to see what he does in the in games. He's not clearly, from hearing him speak and comment on games on ESPN, very brilliant mind. Mm-hmm. And he's, suggesting things during the broadcast that I'm like, okay, if the game was on, he's going to have to do these things. Right. So it's going to be interesting to see him, see how they respond to him versus how they respond to Darvin Ham.
True. I'm gonna pull up the Lakers schedule at the first maybe 10 some odd games and just kind of see what's their record looking like in the first month or so.
They should win 50 games. They should win 50 games.
All right, here we go. Real quick before we get up on out of here. LA Lakers. All right. Home opener against Minnesota.
They lose.
Phoenix Suns.
They beat them because they're angry.
Sacramento Kings. Damn. Okay.
They beat them.
So the first 3 games are at home.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying what? They get 2-1?
Yeah.
All right. Now on the road against Phoenix.
They win.
That's 2-2. The Cavaliers.
They win.
So what's that?
4-2. 4-2.
All right. Toronto.
They win that one.
All right. Detroit.
They win.
6-2. Memphis.
They may lose that one. Mm-hmm.
That might be 7-3. 6. All right. So Philly.
They don't win that one.
All right. Toronto.
They'll win that one.
So we're looking like above 500, maybe like a 6-4, 7-3 kind of deal for the Lakers. The first 10 games. That's not pretty bad. Aside from that first punch of like Phoenix and Minnesota coming at you in Sacramento, because Sacramento always plays the Lakers tough. Sacramento and Memphis always plays the Lakers tough.
Yeah, it's just something about a dislike for them.
Real quick, what else we got? Let me see. Okay, I still got Zach Edey on my screen. Hold up.
Hook Monster. Hook Monster.
What else we got? I think that might be pretty much. We mentioned Zach LaVine is a name to keep an eye on for the Lakers, per Anthony Irwin, who covers the Lakers. Also, Kyle Kuzma could be on the radar for the Lakers. Cam Johnson. The Lakers are always trying
Kyle Kuzma coming back to the Lakers?
No, I'm saying like just people on the radar. Kyle Kuzma, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Walker Kessler, Bruce Brown. But keep an eye on Zach LaVine this season because they feel like he's not gonna remain in Chicago.
We shall see.
But the best odds of winning the championship this year are Boston, number 1, OKC 2, Denver 5, Dallas 6, Minnesota 7, Phoenix 9, Lakers at 10. The only Eastern Conference teams in the top 10 are Boston, New York, and Philadelphia.
As they should be.
Top winning team in the West, you got OKC. All right.
Okay.
Do you have a team right now on October 18th who's going to represent the West in the NBA Finals, or at least represent the West in the conference finals?
Too early for me to tell. I usually like to make these predictions. I could do Eastern Conference. I definitely expect Boston to be in the Eastern Conference final. Who they play against, I don't know. But they're going to be there for sure. In the West, it's a little too early for me to really too early for me in the West. I have to see which team is actually playing with the greatest chemistry mid-season for me to actually give you in the West. But Boston's the same team that's coming back. So, and they got better. So, confidence is everything. We're going to see. We'll follow up with that question later on in the season.
My last question for you is, let me see is there a team that did not make the playoffs in the West that could make it this year? So the bracket last year was Thunder, Pelicans, Clippers, Mavericks, Minnesota, Phoenix, Denver, and the Lakers. But I'm pretty sure there was some play-ins going on. But anybody who's a shocker, a sleeper to watch out for? I know you said once we start, it's going to be a new segment. Talk about what to watch for, who's to watch for in the West. But I think from what I heard you earlier say, it's probably the Rockets.
The Rockets absolutely have gotten better. Watch out for them. Clearly, Memphis? Memphis wasn't there. Watch out for them. They're going to be fully loaded with a point to prove, because they're going to be, once again, you're talking about a team that wasn't, all there at the same time.
Yeah.
Last year. So whether it's injuries, whether it's Ja Morant being out, etc. So now you have Edie, you have Jaren Jackson back, you have Morant, you have Bane. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of that's a solid team to go forward with in the West. So the Mavs, gosh, they look sexy, but I'm not confident enough to put them back where they were back in the NBA Finals. And people, some people don't even remember them going there as a 5th seed.
That's right.
They
beat who they beat round one?
The
Denver.
Clippers.
Oh,
the Clippers.
That's right.
The Clippers. I want the record to show. Luka gave Paul George and Kawhi the business when they were healthy. I just want the record to show in the bubble. I just want the record to show.
Yeah.
And that's when he didn't know. And that's when he didn't know what he was doing. Go.
And Luka continues to give that work to other teams, not just the Clippers, but he gave OKC that work.
It just comes to when you
gave Minnesota that work.
When you're deemed the best wing defenders at the time, Paul George and Kawhi at the time, best wing defenders, and you get that work, then it's like, are you? Well, maybe you're not the best wing defenders, or maybe Luka's just that good. Shout out to It's in the Game podcast. You know the vibes.
Last question: is the MVP of the 2024-2025 season coming from someone in the East or the West?
Luka Doncic.
You got Luka MVP.
Luka's going to be MVP again. I mean, again, Luka's going to be MVP. Luka's, you're not. I mean, 30. His number is a triple double. It's like 30. It's like 39 and 9.
Stupid, bro.
39 and 9. Do you know what that means?
And he's only 25 years old. I want to say that again. Your man is 25 years old, bro. He's
Michael Scott meme.
29, 10, and 8.
Come on.
45% shooting.
Come on.
Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Come on. And this ain't lively. This is what teams need to do. You see, they got Tyson Chandler mentoring Lively in Dallas.
Yeah.
This is what teams are supposed to do. You bring in old players like your Haslams.
Yeah.
Keep your old players around so they can mentor. Lively's going to be good too. Lively's going to be real good. Defender. He's going to come up with offensive game. He's and everything that he didn't do last year in the finals, he's going to check off this year.
If I had to pick someone to represent the West of like who could be the MVP, I would say Luka and I would say Shai Gilgeous. I don't want to see Joker win again. Probably not. Is he the favorite right now? Yeah, because he's probably the best player in the world right now. But Luka, Shai Gilgeous, and if I had to pick one more from a Western Conference, I'll probably go Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man, Luka, Shai could be the top 3 candidates to represent the West for MVP. Because I thought Shai should have won it last year. He didn't get it. They gave it to Joker. Luka, if he's on this triple threat, triple double thing again, like I think it's the record. If they have the top 3 record, top 2 record, it's gonna be Luka. But that man right there, bro, 25 years old, triple double a night. Come on, man. That's cheat code right there.
It's a cheat code. It's not fair. Like I said, you add Klay Thompson for spacing. Now it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting season. I'm excited. Can't you tell?
We are, bro. Looking forward to it. NBA kicks off the 22nd Tuesday. Knicks in Boston and Minnesota at the Lakers. So that'll be the opening night. We are going to be doing some shows, after games. We're going to figure out the schedule just to chime in and tap in with you guys. But if you've been watching on YouTube and X, Twitter, we thank you. We appreciate you. We'd love to have more of your engagement going forward. I know how this works. You got to build it so we get it. But once the NBA starts, definitely want to hear more from you. If you haven't subscribed yet, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. We really appreciate your love and support. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Sir Denny Blanco, Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter J, CRUZ. And when I have the time, you might hear this on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also on Amazon Music. For Denny Blanco, Randy Cruz, It's in the Game podcast, Friday, October 18th. We out.
Put them notifications on. You heard It's in the Game pod.
Yes, sir.